Okay, so to get started on the workshop, you're first going to go through the workshop setup section, which will allow you to import and install the libraries you'll need for this workshop, as well as to change your working directory by changing the file path here to wherever you have this folder saved locally to your computer containing the workshop. So then you're going to import the raw New York Times cooking comment data, which, as you can see, comes in quite messy. There's a lot of unneeded columns and a lot of missing data, which is perfect for our purposes since it will give us a good chance to wrangle it. And also, as a note, this is exactly the type of data that you would get if you're working with Twitter data or online review data, something like that. So it's a good thing to be familiar with if that's something that you could be working with, and is also just good experience in general for wrangling large and potentially ugly data sets since it has 300,000 rows, which is quite a lot. So from there, you'll select the columns that you're interested in, which are comment ID, user ID, comment body, creation date, recommendations, reply count, recipe ID, and recipe name, with more details on each of those in the workshop itself. So you'll first look at the raw data structure just to get a better sense of the types of variables that each column contains, as well as the column names, frequency counts of each value within each column, and then some basic descriptive statistics and plotting. You can also, if you ever have questions about any of the functions or how the arguments work, you can type a question mark followed by the function itself. So this is the histogram function from the data exploration chunk. And so if you click enter on that, you'll get a whole little help section in your bottom window here, which can be really helpful. And I'll also be using the head function throughout to continually check work. So the different data organization steps that you're going to go through are renaming the columns, selecting the specific columns you want, and filtering rows by a particular value. So in our case, we're going to make sure we're choosing rows with approved status. And then at different points in the script, we'll also discuss piping to make the data wrangling more concise. So for example, this chunk here achieves everything that the chunks above did in terms of data organization and is clearly much more concise and clean. So from there, you'll have an opportunity to work with the arrange function and to select columns coming after 2021. And then find a way to make that chunk more concise as well to kind of apply the piping in action. The solutions are available in the code download as well.